This team stinks. Angel Reese not even in top 10 in all-star voting. This team stinks. A triple single.
Listen, before we dive into the absolute chaos that is the Chicago Sky right now, I need you to do me a favor. If you're ready for the most brutal basketball breakdown you've heard all season, hit that like button because what I'm about to expose will have the entire WNBA shook. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what happens next in this train wreck of a season. The Chicago Sky aren't just bad, they're historically terrible. We're talking about a team so dysfunctional that their own head coach literally gave up mid-game, benching his entire starting lineup in what can only be described as professional basketball's white flag moment.
Well, I gotta tell you, the Chicago Sky are one of the worst basketball teams I've ever seen. And today, their coach literally just waved the white flag. He quit. He literally just said, Phoenix Mercury, destroy us even more than you're destroying us right now.
This isn't just a rough patch or a rebuilding year. This is watching a franchise implode in real time, and at the center of it all, Angel Reese, the supposed savior who's turning into the league's biggest disappointment.
Obviously, this is my third one. Obviously, it really meant something to other people today because it's me. And I just focus on basketball. I come into work every day and work. I don't complain. I don't care about anything else. I have bad days. I haven't been playing well at all. And I can sit here and just mope around and point the finger, but it's been me. And I take accountability. I come in every day and try to be better than the next and better than the last. And I know my teammates trust me. I know they have my back. Ariel has my back for everything. And I just love that being a part of a team that I know really trusts me and trusts my work, and everything else is everything else. I'm just here just to come to work every day and go home. That's all I want to do, is just come to work and being able to enjoy my job that I love. People would die and kill to have this job. And being able to play with the best players in the world means a lot to me. I put my all in this. I do.
Picture this scene. Third quarter against the Phoenix Mercury. The Sky are already down by 25 points when Tyler Marsh, their championship-winning coach brought in from Las Vegas to fix this mess, does something unprecedented. He doesn't call a timeout. He doesn't draw up a new play. He literally pulls Angel Reese and Kamilla Cardoso off the court, not for rest, not for foul trouble, but because he's watched enough. That's not coaching, that's surrender. But the real tea started brewing weeks before this Mercury meltdown.
Like, oh my God, this team is garbage.
Angel Reese, Part 43! Let's get a national TV stinker! Uh-oh! Temper tantrum! Bang!
Sources close to the team have been whispering about locker room tension that's reaching a breaking point. The video evidence is damning. During their loss to the New York Liberty, cameras caught Kamilla Cardoso literally walking away from Angel Reese mid-play. Not a frustrated gesture, not a momentary lapse, but a full-on abandonment of her teammate after watching Reese brick her third straight shot attempt. The body language experts didn't need degrees to read what was happening. Cardoso, the third overall pick who should be dominating the paint, has been relegated to watching Reese play hero ball with results that would make a middle school coach cringe. In that Liberty game, Reese went 0 for 8 from the field. 0 for 8. And this is supposed to be their franchise cornerstone?
Angel Reese got completely exposed today, man. Y'all see how she only took one shot today versus the Mercury and only had 2 rebounds? This goes to show she can't get all those rebounds without taking hella shots, getting her own misses, man. You've been completely exposed today, bricklaying sloth. Completely. When you ain't taking all these shots and missing all these goddamn layups and shit, you can't get your rebounds. So your rebounds go down because no missed shots, no rebounds, man.
Chicago Sky is more like Chicago, why are you on TV? Like, they're embarrassment, bro. There's a reason why the Indiana Fever are on TV all the time, because they actually have a good product, when they have a good game, even a bad game, they're still actually fun to watch.
Let's talk numbers because the statistics paint an even uglier picture. Angel Reese is shooting 30.9% from the field this season. That's not a typo. The woman who was supposed to revolutionize the power forward position can't even make 1 out of 3 shots. But here's where it gets absolutely mind-blowing. From within 3 feet of the basket, she's hitting just 28%. You'd literally have better odds closing your eyes and throwing the ball in the general direction of the rim. Meanwhile, Tyler Marsh came to Chicago with back-to-back WNBA championships under his belt from Las Vegas. This man helped develop Aja Wilson into an MVP. He turned Chelsea Gray into a finals MVP. Now he's stuck trying to polish a roster that looks more like a pickup team at the Y than professional athletes. His post-game interviews have gone from optimistic coach speak to barely concealed cries for help. The turning point that nobody's talking about happened behind closed doors. Team insiders report that during a recent practice, Marsh tried implementing his motion offense system, the same one that made Las Vegas unstoppable. Angel Reese reportedly struggled so badly with the basic reads that veteran players started openly questioning whether she understood fundamental basketball concepts. Courtney Vandersloot, the team's point guard and a literal basketball genius, was overheard telling assistant coaches that trying to run plays through Reese was like trying to teach calculus to someone who couldn't add. But Reese's response to this disaster has been perhaps the most delusional part of this entire saga. After shooting 31% from the field and managing just 2 rebounds in a game where she's supposedly a rebounding machine, she stepped to the podium and delivered what can only be described as performance art. She talked about staying positive, working on her game, and how her teammates trust her. Trust her to do what exactly? Miss more layups? The organization's response has been even more telling. General Manager Jeff Pagliocca, who traded away their entire future to build around Reese and Cardoso, recently went on record saying they need more production from Reese. That's GM speak for, "This player is killing us, but I can't say it directly because we're stuck with her contract." Here's what's really happening in Chicago that mainstream media won't tell you. The Sky have created a toxic basketball environment where talented players are being held hostage by one player's ego. Kamilla Cardoso, who dominated at South Carolina and showed flashes of brilliance when actually given the ball, is averaging less touches than some teams' backup centers. She's 7 feet tall, shoots 77% when she gets the ball, but spends most games watching Reese dribble into traffic and throw up prayers. The other players have started a silent revolt. Marina Mabrey demanded a trade and got out. Kalea Copper mysteriously became available and ended up in Phoenix. These aren't coincidences. These are escape plans from players who see the writing on the wall. The Chicago Sky have become the place where basketball careers go to die. During their recent game against the Atlanta Dream, the dysfunction reached new heights. With the Sky down by just 6 points in the third quarter, a winnable game by their standards, Angel Reese decided to attempt something that defied all basketball logic. She pulled up for a three-pointer. Not a corner 3 where she'd been practicing. Not a catch-and-shoot opportunity. A pull-up 3 off the dribble like she's Steph Curry. The shot didn't just miss, it barely grazed iron. The Dream went on a 15-2 run immediately after, and the game was effectively over. Tyler Marsh's reaction on the sideline said everything. He didn't yell, he didn't throw his clipboard, he just stood there with the 1,000-yard stare of a man questioning every life decision that led him to this moment. His assistant coaches tried to talk to him, but he just kept staring at the court like he was watching his coaching career evaporate in real time. The advanced statistics make this even more embarrassing. The Sky's offensive rating with Angel Reese on the court is 93.6. For context, that would be the worst in WNBA history if maintained for a full season. Their defensive rating with her on the court? 113.6, also historically bad. She's literally making the team worse on both ends of the court, which is almost impressive in how difficult that is to achieve. But wait, it gets worse. The Sky's turnover rate this season is the highest in the league at 19 per game. Guess who leads the team in turnovers per 36 minutes? If you guessed Angel Reese, congratulations! You understand basketball better than whoever decided she should be a focal point of an offense. The relationship between Reese and head coach Tyler Marsh has deteriorated to the point where their interactions during timeouts have become must-watch content for body language enthusiasts. Marsh will diagram a play, explicitly showing where Reese should be positioned, and she'll nod along before going out and doing the exact opposite. It's like watching someone agree to directions to a restaurant and then deliberately drive to a different state. Recent reports from practice paint an even grimmer picture. Sources say Reese has been showing up late to film sessions, claiming she already knows what she needs to work on. The problem? What she thinks she needs to work on three-point shooting and what she actually needs to work on making a layup are galaxies apart. Assistant coaches have reportedly given up trying to correct her shot form, with one anonymously stating it would be easier to teach a giraffe to tap dance. The financial implications of this disaster are staggering. The Sky invested their entire future in Reese and Cardoso, trading away draft picks and clearing cap space to build around them. Now they're stuck with a player who can't shoot, won't pass, and has the basketball IQ of a traffic cone. Meanwhile, Cardoso watches from the weak side, probably wondering if she can get her agent to fake a family emergency in Brazil that requires her to leave immediately and never return. Speaking of Cardoso, let's address the elephant in the room. The tension between her and Reese isn't just visible, it's palpable. During warm-ups, they go through the motions of being teammates, but watch closely during games. Cardoso will establish perfect position in the post, have a guard defending her, and Reese will wave her off to attempt another contested mid-range jumper that has about as much chance of going in as I have of dunking on LeBron. The coaching staff has tried everything. They've simplified the offense to the point where it's basically give ball to good player, hope something happens. They've tried running plays specifically designed to get Reese easy baskets. The problem? There's no such thing as an easy basket when you shoot 28% from point-blank range. They might as well design plays to get her fouled and hope she can make free throws, except she's shooting 65% from the line, so that's not exactly a winning strategy either. What makes this situation even more tragic is that Tyler Marsh is genuinely a good coach. His resume speaks for itself. Back-to-back championships with Las Vegas, helped develop Jackie Young into most improved player, was instrumental in creating the Aces dynasty. Now he's reduced to damage control, trying to explain to media why his team looks like they've never played organized basketball before. The recent Father's Day game perfectly encapsulated the Sky's season. Here's Tyler Marsh, coaching alongside his father Donnie for the first time in the WNBA. What should be a beautiful moment, and they're getting blown out by 30. The cameras caught Donnie Marsh pulling his son aside during a timeout, and sources say he asked if Tyler had considered getting back into video coordination because at least then he wouldn't be directly responsible for this disaster. The team's marketing department deserves hazard pay at this point. They're trying to sell tickets to watch a team that's must-see TV for all the wrong reasons. Their recent promotional campaign focused on the future, but when your present is this catastrophically bad, talking about the future feels like telling passengers on the Titanic about the swimming pool facilities. Angel Reese's podcast, which launched amid this chaos, has become unintentional comedy gold. She talks about her journey, her growth, her dedication to the game, all while shooting percentages that would get you benched in a YMCA league. The disconnect between her self-perception and reality is so vast that psychologists could write dissertations about it. The worst part? This was all preventable. The red flags were there from day one. College coaches who faced Reese warned that her game wouldn't translate to the pros without major adjustments. Her inability to shoot outside 5 feet was well documented. Her tendency to dominate the ball and freeze out teammates was visible to anyone who watched film. But the Sky convinced themselves they could coach these issues away. Spoiler alert, you can't coach someone who thinks they already know everything. Meanwhile, other teams are circling like vultures. Every GM in the league knows Kamilla Cardoso is being wasted in Chicago. She's young, talented, and most importantly, she can actually play basketball. Trade rumors are already starting, with teams like Seattle and Las Vegas reportedly making inquiries. The Sky will deny it, but when your supposed second star is openly walking away from plays, it's only a matter of time. The upcoming schedule doesn't offer any relief either. They face the Aces, the Liberty, and the Lynx in succession. These aren't just losses waiting to happen, they're potential historical embarrassments. The Aces, coached by Becky Hammon, who watched Tyler Marsh help build their dynasty, might put up 150 just to prove a point. The Liberty, who already witnessed the Sky's dysfunction firsthand, are probably planning which end-of-bench players will get fourth-quarter minutes. As for Angel Reese's future, Unless something dramatically changes, she's on track to become one of the biggest busts in WNBA history. Not because she lacks talent, but because she refuses to acknowledge her limitations and work within them. Every great player has weaknesses. The difference is, the great ones know what they are and either improve them or find ways to minimize their impact. Reese seems determined to showcase her weaknesses on every possession. The saddest part of this entire situation is what it means for women's basketball. The Sky have one of the best fan bases in the league, a major market, and resources to compete. Instead, they've become a cautionary tale about what happens when hype overtakes ability and ego prevents growth. Young players watching might think this is normal. It's not. This is what basketball hell looks like. Tyler Marsh will probably survive this. Good coaches always land on their feet, and everyone in the league knows he was handed an impossible situation. But his reputation takes a hit every game this continues. At some point, he'll have to make a decision. Continue trying to polish this particular piece of coal, hoping it turns into a diamond, or protect what's left of his coaching legacy and move on. The Chicago Sky aren't just losing games. They're losing credibility, losing fans, and losing any chance of attracting free agents who actually want to win. Who would sign with this team right now? You'd have to either be desperate for a paycheck or completely delusional about your ability to fix this mess. Neither is a good foundation for building a championship culture. As we wrap up this basketball tragedy, remember that this is just the beginning. The season is long, and based on current trajectories, it's going to get much worse before it gets any chance of getting better. Angel Reese will continue shooting threes she can't make. Kamilla Cardoso will continue contemplating whether basketball is worth this torture, and Tyler Marsh will continue looking like a man who's aged 10 years in 10 games. The Chicago Sky wanted to be must-watch TV. Well, congratulations, you got your wish. Just not in the way you intended. This isn't basketball, it's a masterclass in organizational dysfunction, and we all have front row seats to the disaster. If you made it through this entire breakdown, you're a real one. Make sure to hit that subscribe button because trust me, this story is far from over. The way this season is going, we might witness the first mid-game player mutiny in WNBA history. Drop a comment below with your thoughts on this absolute dumpster fire of a season, and let me know. Is Angel Reese the worst starter in the WNBA right now? Because from where I'm sitting, it's not even close. Until next time, this has been your source for the brutal truth about the WNBA that nobody else will tell you. Peace out.